second gear, boys. Let's see if we'll smoke this much. Right, Golf is idling. It's shaky here. Hey, look at the Golf. It's cold. Don't worry, guys, I've not left it unlocked, as you can see. Always carry 2 keys. Right. Yeah, there's our normal cage, as you can see, this race diagnostics one. So this does read boost and stuff, but yeah, I want something more this side as opposed to over that side. Our tools ready for the job. Look at that. I don't know if this is the one that featured on Living Life Fast, you know. I'm really not sure. But yeah, beautiful looking car. This is like the one I raced at Santa Pod. So if you ever need any stuff, guys, just hit them up at Awesome GTI. You know, if you're in Manchester or wherever, Stockport or Northwest, it's always nice and close. So yeah, as you just seen it there, boys, that was back in December when I actually planned on fitting this whole cage. So yeah, it's taken longer than usual, you know, to actually film this and fit the cage. Obviously I wanted to film it, otherwise I would have just fitted it ages ago. So yeah, let's get it done, see how it looks. Hopefully it looks good. And yeah, I'll show you what else I've also got for the installation. So in my garage here, I sort of had a little ganders at, you know, the instructions that this whole cage came with. So it doesn't look like I really need much. So I just got a couple of cable ties, cutters, obviously a Stanley knife, wire stripper, long nose pliers, insulation tape. I do have some heat shrink somewhere, but yeah, insulation tape should do the job. And then this is obviously the thing that goes by the steering column. So that's what that looks like, and it's part numbers just in case you guys want one. And that is our gauge, which obviously I'll show you what it comes with. So that's the pipe that I'm assuming goes to your intake manifold or fuel pressure regulator or whatever. And then it's a couple of bits and pieces. There's a few little tie wraps and stuff for the cabling and whatever. And then there's a T-piece in there and a couple of rubber bits and whatever. So yeah, there is, it looks like we should have everything, you know. Hopefully we actually have everything. And I'm assuming this is how this is supposed to fit. So let's just open here up. So as you've seen, we've put the lovely Momo steering wheel on the other day. So yeah, this will definitely be a complementing factor to this whole fit. You see, my thing's a bit worn on here, so maybe at a later date I might take it out and maybe paint it or something. But yeah, that's what that should look like. And you can tell it's been cut very well, you know, it's not like uneven, or it fits exact. So that double-sided tape I've got in the garage, those strips, I'll stick them on either side, and that is what's gonna hold that in place, you know, on either edge, and then we're good to go. So yeah, let's get into it. So guys, I'll start off by explaining what I'm going to use. So obviously to get correct readings of our boost, just to pick up pressure from somewhere. Now I could have made a plan to use one of these empty slots because mine have all been, taken out, or my evap system and whatever. But I'm not actually going to do that. I'll use this straight off the fuel pressure regulator. So I'll probably cut that, put our T-piece in there, and then the exit on the T-piece, I'll plumb that wire in. Not wire, pipe, sorry. That will go straight into the car and then obviously meet up near the steering column for the gauge. Now, when I was building this car, guys, this is why I always say think of exactly what you want when you're building a car, so you plan ahead of time. What I done is, when I put my power cable through, can you see that 0 gauge power cable? It basically runs under my intake box and ends up joining in the fuse box over there. I actually wired this in with that cable, so now I don't have to fish another cable through there to get our pipe from our T-piece. I just have to basically attach it to that and pull it straight through. You can actually see it's been in there for about maybe 3 or 4 years. Yeah, and that will take it right in, all the way in. Just trying to trace and see. Yeah, you can actually see through there where it goes into the actual grommet and then into the car. Let's see if we can find it. I know it's been a long time. Here you go. Can you see? So now I'll just attach that to there, pull that cable through. Yeah, pull that cable through straight under there, straight to our boost gauge pod. So yeah, that's my plan anyway. So yeah, we'll crack on with that. Right, so yeah, we'll take it straight off this fuel pressure regulator. There's our T-piece, obviously. So get that in there, angle like so, and then obviously we can get our pipe that will run into the car off that end. Put that way I don't misplace it. And put it over there. So I'm gonna just use a little cutter to actually snap the pipe right where it says VW. Bang! So we've got that nice and solid in there. I'll stick some tie wraps on there. Some decent ones as well. That should keep that at bay. Alright, so we can see that's obviously just been chopped, and it's quite solid on there actually. And I'll clip our pipe back on. There's like a little clip that holds that pipe. I took that off just to get more room as well. But yeah, so now what happens is, I'm sure these gauges, if you do buy them, guys, they'll come with the whole kit. They have these rubber like pieces, yeah. So what I'm assuming happens is, this rubber piece, you're gonna, cut that in half or so, attach that to there, and then attach the other end with our pipe, yeah. So what I think I'll first do is actually pull that pipe through the car till we've got exactly enough pipe, and then snip it at this end rather, yeah. So yeah, let's do that. Right, so let's pull our cable that's been sat there for ages. So what we'll do, we'll actually pull it further down somewhere there through the car. Right, so yeah, let's just attach this. It's always good to have a cable. It's like where I sort of got this idea is from my house. When I was doing all my DIY in my house, always leave, I don't know what you'd call it, like a spare cable through where all your pipe work and electrics goes, because if you ever need to drag anything else through, you've got it there, rather than trying to fish a whole new thing through it. So yeah, so let's do that. We'll tie a knot on this end so we don't pull the whole thing through by mistake. Yeah. So we'll pull that through, and once that's in the car, we'll take it off, drag it across. Let's leave that on there. through. I've taken it off on the other end. Try not to bloody crimp it by mistake. Yeah. We've got our pipe through now. Yeah. Just taking it off that end. So now I'll just go across the other side and fish this through. Some people take out the whole glove box and stuff, but I don't need to do that because I can get it another way through there. So yeah, let me do that next. Right, so what I've decided, I was just gonna, fish the cable through and try and get it up here. But actually, I've just loosened this panel underneath here. Yeah, it's only 3 screws, this panel anyway. There's one there, one in the middle, and one further down. 3 screws, just so it gives me access to see the pipe coming through and exactly where I want to channel it, because I don't want it to get crimped and squashed. So I'm going to try and cable tie it to something under there. But yeah, anyway, so this here as well, these just clip in there, yeah. Just pull that out, and then that gives you access to, fish the whole pipe through. Hey. Right, it's through, yeah. So there's our pipe. In, up, down, nope. Yeah, that's fine. So just leave it as far out as possible so we've got as much space to work with. Yeah, I've just tested in here, that up, down, and we're gonna have it come somewhere on the side here. So I've taken a little bit extra here, and that still leaves us with enough pipe work in the engine bay, yeah, to trace it round there to our T. So yeah, let me tidy that up a bit and we'll carry on. Alright, so we're just test fitting stuff here. As you can see, this cable will just sort of slide on the side of there, and our power leads and whatever. But once that goes in, you won't see anything. It'll be as snug as a bug. So yeah, I just need to figure out the wiring now, and yeah, get that sorted. So that's our NEWSOUTH performance gauge. Now it only has an earth, and I think that's for the lights, like an illumination. So yeah, there's no actual power that goes to this. It's I think, what is it, analog or whatever. So yeah, there's no power that goes to it. So I just need to figure out my illumination cable. Now if you see, if my stereo was out, it would be easy because I know where the illumination is on there. So I'm gonna have to trace it somehow and see what works with the lights. Connect it properly. Yeah, see, that's working. Now I need to trace that illumination. So what we'll do is we know that is our continuous, yeah. So that there's nothing, that there's nothing, that we know is continuous, and then those there's nothing. So we'll turn it up now to where our lights are on, and then test them one by one and see which one lights up. There you go, see. So we turn that off again, see, off, on, off, on. So that's our cable that we're after, guys, this one, yeah. So let's strip that and connect that up to our gauge. That's the one we need. So I don't know, in your guys' cars it might be slightly different, but that's pretty much the one we're after. And so we've just traced our wires through, yeah, if you can see them. Got our wires through there. We're gonna just channel them down into there. We'll tidy them after. We just want to get them connected first, and then straight to our light switch over here. That should be enough. So that should be our power tied up in there. So let's go for maybe a bigger. And then we will solder that on. I've got my solder on there, so yeah, I'll solder that on in a bit. What I usually do when I do this to cables is I just open them, yeah, so we can have a bit of an eye on there. And then we'll solder that just so we know it's secure. I mean, you could just insulate this, put insulation tape, and you're good to go. But yeah, it'd be better just to solder it on, really. This is how I do it. There's different ways, guys, but as you can see, look at that. Damn, that's as solid as anything. That ain't going anywhere. You can see it's binded there. If you can strip more, it's obviously better, but yeah, it's been quite a sticky situation. Insulate that. Then it's just peace of mind. You know that nothing is gonna go wrong in here. Right, so guys, this is another day. The earth is actually this one, this brown wire here. So if you put it in there, you'll see that it's on, yeah, and when we put our key in, it stays on, and when we turn our lights off, it stays off too. So that's the correct one. So strip our earth, get our stripper in there. Nice chunk on there. And we'll just poke that through. Make our little eye again. And then we've already stripped this. I might strip a little bit more actually. Give us a bit more room. I don't like working with gloves as well, but today is a lot colder than yesterday, so that will go in that way. So yeah, we'll just solder that. And that. Done. So we will just test it before we confirm it, like how we did yesterday. So that's going on and off. So we'll put our ignition in, switch the car on, ignition is on and it's still on. Perfect. That's the one we want. So I'll insulate that up, pop that back in there now. Some tape around here. Just so our joints are not gonna be messing about too much. And then this should just click back in. Perfect. Yeah, that's solid. That ain't going nowhere. So yeah, that's strong. Then our next stage is this. Sorry guys, the camera was pointing all over the place. So yeah, that gives us that, and that'll bend as well, which is cool. Yeah, I'll stick that on there. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. See, and that can bend. You see what I mean? Because it's going in there, that gives it a lot more room to wiggle. So I think that's it for that, guys. We just need to clean the side of there up, This is annoying me. That's really annoying me, this. But that we can still take off even after that's on. So we'll do that at a later time. Otherwise, this will take too long to get fitted, really. So we just need to do the engine side now. And we're good to go, really. Right, so the next step, obviously everything inside the car is connected. We just want to do the pipe on this end. So we've already put that T-piece that I showed you guys before. And our next step is this. I might actually trim this down slightly. Right, that's solid on there. And then just to reinforce the rest, we'll put our other tie wraps on the rest of the T. So we'll run through it just before we start it and test it. So as you can see under, I don't know if you'll even see this, but under there we have our T piece with our pipe, all of them just cable tied on, which goes on to our fuel pressure regulator, obviously there. That pipe runs through a grommet into the car, which we can't really see right now. But the pipe goes under there, ends up coming up the dash and through our boost gauge. And then our power, or not power rather, should I say, our illumination and negative is coming straight off our light switch. So all we have to do now is start the car up and see if the boost gauge is working. Alright, we're gonna start the car up now and test it. I'm holding my phone end gauge with one end, I don't know if it's supposed to be idling there. On there it's usually around, if you look there it says boost. I don't know if my camera will focus. It's usually around -10, -20. So I don't actually know how accurate this is, or what it's supposed to be idling at rather. It's definitely not losing pressure. So must be working correctly. Only best way to do it is take it out for a drive, really, guys, and then test it properly. Which I'll try and do that later on tomorrow. But I'll just fix the rest of it in, which is just double-sided tape on the side of that pod, on the inner edges of it, and then stick that on, push our gauge in, and we should be good to go. So we'll just test and see that when our gauge is fully in, you see what I was talking about, this flexible bit, at least that's not gonna hassle anything too much, because it'll just go like so. But at the same time, this gauge won't be able to use the clamp that it came with. So if you look in here, in the box it comes with a clamp that basically is supposed to go on the back of there and screw in. But there's no ways that's gonna fit, guys. But what is clever about this NEWSOUTH gauge thing is it came with this rubber band. So once your gauge is in, you're supposed to put that rubber band to stop it pulling out. But there's no ways it's gonna come out, because look how tight it is. It's really solid in there. But I'll put this over and in, and then that'll at least give us that piece in there, and then we'll sort out the rest and get it mounted on top of there, which is just in there. That'll hold it, and it obviously won't come out. The pipes are all set. What I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna use some of these, I don't know, paint prep alcohol type of wipes from Alfred's. So I'm gonna use them just to clean up this area where we're going to use our double-sided tape on the edge of, on either side of the pod. So this will give it a nice clean surface to hold on to, really. Just wipe the whole thing. Right guys, so provisionally that's it. Yeah, we're not, as I said, we're not gonna stick it. We're gonna just drive the car, make sure it's working perfectly, no boost leaks, no problems. Then I'm gonna use our number plate strips. Yeah, I've got a couple of these number plate strips. I'll just, you know, cut them, stick them into the side of here, and then maybe one on top, and then just mount it and push it in. Actually, it looks quite nice, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. So that works definitely. About nearly 1.5 bar. Not sure, but anyway, let's go. Pulling very, very strong. Alright boys, let's give us some. Second gear, boys. Let's see if we can smoke this muck, yeah? Let's see if we'll smoke this muck. We've got all our double-sided tapes on there. As I said, you know, the number plate ones, that's the ones I bought. But yeah, I've left little ends to them so I can peel them all away. I've test fitted it. It goes on sweet, as you can see. No movement. I'm sure when there's bass in my car, that gauge will be jumping all over the place, but as far as it's sitting there, I'm sure it'll be all good. So yeah, I just need to do that, and then once I've fitted this panel underneath there, so we know our wiring's all done, pretty much good to go. So we'll take away our sticky backs. That actually looks like it fits snug. Wiring's all behind there, and we've pulled it out to its max. So once we've gone in slightly, yeah, that wiring just disappears. And we'll set it up to be about there. Yeah, bang. We are officially pumped. So guys, that's it now. Finally, I tested it. Everything seems to be working. For some reason, there's a bit of sensitivity across the whole traction control side of things. It came on once or twice when I was like going quite fast around the one roundabout. So I don't know if that's something to do with the calibration on the steering or a dodgy sensor or whatever, because the car's been parked ever since this whole COVID stuff has started. This car's really been parked. So since it's got all these updates and mods, it's not been driven really. So that's the first time I went and do the shopping in this car. So yeah, hopefully I'll look into that. I don't think that's serious because it was just intermittent, it wasn't continuous. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know it's quite a lengthy one and stuff, but I'm sure you guys appreciate me showing everything as opposed to cutting bits and pieces out. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers, bye.